Hey, Railbirds, here we are at the 2023 WPA World Artistic Pool Championships. We are coming at you live from the Boys and Girls Club of Bay City in Bay City, Michigan. We have 21 of the best artistic pool and trick shot players in the world. This is going to be a great event. We are in the draw and follow category. I'm going to turn over the microphone to our guest commentators, Jason the Michigan Kid Lynch and Gloria Jean. Take it away.
How you doing, Gloria?
This is a reminder.
Hi,
Relax
how are
muscles and
you,
organs.
I'm
Jason?
wonderful. So we talked you into getting on the microphone for us. This is wonderful.
It is truly an honor of mine. I cannot to tell you how long I have waited for this.
Well, Gloria,
And
you
and to boot, I get to sit in the booth with you, a friend,
yes,
um, and two sponsored players from the I Want Someone to Ride the Nine tour are here,
that's
Anthony
wonderful.
and Brian.
And they're right in front of us in
I
the
couldn't
stream.
afford Florian. Yes, yes. I couldn't afford Florian.
Yeah, French are always expensive. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
he was an extra dollar and a half,
Yeah, a dollar
but
and a half.
I,
Oh
I, I
man,
couldn't do it. I couldn't break, no.
another 50 cents we could have did it. No, but
If it 50 cent, yeah.
yeah. So Gloria, I want to just say thank you for um, first of all myself. I received some sponsorships and from leads that you had given, and I know that you have done the same thing for a lot of our artistic pool players. So, you've got a huge heart for our sport and for our players, and you see our players also with their huge hearts giving congratulations and
Yes.
thanks for coming. And this is a family every time you see one of our artistic pool programs. So we're honored to have you as a close cousin or a sister to our movement and to our family. So, welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. That's such a beautiful greeting. And being truly honest, I never really dabbled too much in artistic pool, but I will say that watching it, um, I see the camaraderie that you have
Hmm.
that really there's no comparison between the artistic pool family
Hmm.
and other competitors.
No,
Um,
yeah,
uh,
exactly.
and it really brings it, it draws you in. It makes
Okay.
you want to be a part.
Speaking of drawing us in, we are in the draw category currently, and
Yes.
coming to the table is one of your sponsored players, the former president of
Yes.
our artistic pool division. Sorry. And he is the fifth-ranked player in the world, Brian Superman Pauley. He is. We're going to see some good action here because he's a two-time national draw champion, as well as a
Yes.
2019 World Draw champion. So this man does know how to manipulate this discipline.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so we have 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10-point shots that we shoot in these disciplines. So Brian had his choice from 3 of the 6-point shots, and he has chosen a shot called the Firecracker. The neat thing about this shot is this requires a very precise draw. So if you're a good pool player and you can figure out the setup, you should be able to make this shot. And Brian is a good pool player. He actually um, was the director of a Napa league in his area.
I think I had heard about that. Brian does not only compete in sick pool, but plays in tournaments as well. Hello?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Now, alignment on this. You can look down and make sure your cue is directly over the 9. That helps in alignment to follow through on this stroke.
Yes. And
So you'll see his cue started off just left of center on that 9, and as he came through the stroke, the butt of that cue actually moved over to the right side of that 9. And so he didn't follow through completely straight there. No
now
problem with
for
first.
those people who are Oh, I apologize.
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask a question. For those who are new or just watching this and, starting to gain some interest, in artistic pool, um, how far above, because I was looking from an overhead,
Hmm.
is that cue over the 9 on a draw shot? Because a draw shot is much easier, of course, level, right?
Hmm.
So he's drawing a little above the 9. How far is that? About 2 inches, 3 inches?
Well, the thing is the 9 ball, the rails stick up from the table also. So, even your normal draw stroke, you're going to be probably above where that 9 ball would be. So it's really not in the way for the shot.
Okay.
So we'll see as far as his alignment starting. Now he's centered on the 9. He put a little bit of
No.
low right
He
on it.
needs a little adjustment. Yeah. The first time was left, correct? The second time was right?
No, both of them are right. So,
Both of them were right.
Brian may have a tendency, and some pool players do, when they draw straight back, they have a tendency to favor right or left. So you have to be very careful when you come through that ball that you're delivering that cue stick all the way through very straight.
And as an instructor, that has to do with the vision center.
That's true.
So you have to adjust on that.
And I do a lot of instruction. And so, a lot of times, you'll have, especially players that play on the smaller tables with larger pockets, they will have flaws in their stroke where they won't even notice it because of the fact that the pockets are very forgiving.
Right.
So here we go.
I think he's gonna nail it this time. I think you see something happen 2 times in a row, and you need to adjust a little bit.
And usually Brian
that
adjusts very well. He's been my road partner since 2014.
Yes.
I know his strengths, and adjustments are one of them. Dead center. Cue ball never
Nailed
even
it.
touched the rail. That was as dead straight as you could be.
Beautiful. If that ball would have scratched, that's the only thing that could have made that even better.
Now he's broken the ice.
Because when that ball goes in, it's dead center. You know that you've hit it perfect when that cue ball goes in.
Exactly. No. Look at this cue ball come straight back. Watch him deliver the blow and hold the cue. Holds position.
Look at that. Perfect. Stays down.
Dead center. I bet you that cue
Yes.
ball's still on the center line. All right, Florian's going to shoot the same shot here. He's got the 2 ball very deep, so if it does touch it, it's in.
Right to the left.
And Florian to the left. Yeah, here's Florian Kohler.
All right.
Ranked 12th, but that ranking really doesn't reflect the player that Florian is. Florian is a very busy schedule, so he doesn't have time to play in all our events. He is, right there his resume. Trick Shot Magic Champion, 2-time World Cup of Trick Shots, 12-time Guinness World Record holder, and all the sponsors there. Here we go, second attempt.
His sponsors are. I'll tell you after this. Here.
Go ahead. There.
There we go.
Yeah, he loaded
That's
up. He went lower on it, and that takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. With more of a draw stroke, you really don't have a tendency to go left or right as much. So about sponsors, you said?
He has Simonis and Aramis there, but I believe that he's with Dynasty right
Yeah,
now.
he is with Dynaspheres now, and that's a new development for him.
Yeah. He was with Simonis for a long time. Probably, 5 or 6.
Here's the specialist.
All right, so here we go.
De La Merced.
Anthony.
Blurred
Yes.
Vision Trick Shots. I met this gentleman when Brian and I stopped in Ohio on our way to one of the tournaments, and very personable, and very, very like a sponge. He really takes instruction and constructive criticism very well. So he makes adjustments very well.
Really
So,
does.
and that's pretty much what you need in this sport. This is not about making shots on first attempts. That is not at all what trick shots is. Trick shots is about adjustments. Same thing like in life, we make adjustments. we make adjustments on the pool table for success. And so, Anthony's going to start out. He's very technical, and that's one of his
Yes.
his good qualities.
Strengths.
So.
Absolutely. I was going to say that too. And Anthony serves in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
So he's very, very by the book, and literally by the book.
Yeah, that cue ball's not even moving side to side. Look at this. Mm-hmm.
Get in there. First attempt.
Beautiful shot.
Wow.
And the draw category is more of it lends itself better for good pool players. And so I think you're going to see Anthony do very well in these two disciplines. All right, so Florian
What would you consider to the...
Go ahead.
I apologize.
No, you're fine.
I was going to ask, what do you see as being the most difficult of the 8 categories?
Well, it depends on what your physical attributes are. If you've got a big stroke, it makes things easier. Myself, I hit a ball pretty hard, so the draw, stroke, and Mass A categories come easier for me. Jump is probably one of the easiest, just because everybody jumps. Trick and fancy can be a little nasty, but I'm going to say the stroke shots, the 2 millimeter stroke shots. Those are the most difficult.
For wet
Yes.
type. Right. Yes. And that's a beautiful shot, by the way.
All right, so here we go. This is a ball. I call this a ball elimination shot, but it's also called the spin transfer shot. So what is happening here is the cue ball has draw on it. So it imparts follow on the 9 ball. The 1 ball creates a little bit of friction that turns the 9 down the rail. So here we go, second attempt. Made an adjustment, no problem.
Wow.
Very nice shot. Now, some players even shoot that with a little bit of bottom left to get it to walk the rail. So you can actually shoot this full you can shoot it full in the face with bottom left, or you can put a little bit of an angle for it. So, yep.
This
There we
has
go.
got to be a lot of pressure on Anthony, his first time here, and going up against Florian and Brian. That has to be nerve-wracking. What I do like here, what Anthony's doing is he's using the 8-9 combo, so he's actually using them sequentially, which kind of has a little trigger in your brain.
It does. It does.
So you're like 8-9.
I do that
For
a lot.
me, anyway.
I do that a lot. If I'm shooting out shots that I'm impacting 1 or 2 balls and then, pocketing a third, I'm always using the rotation balls. And so maybe he's playing a game of 8 ball and he needs to make the 8 in the corner. Now there's 2 different setups for this shot. You saw Florian's setup, which is closer to the rail, and that is more of a finesse. And this one with the ball further out, this is more of a extreme draw. So you can hit a lot more faster speed on this. Here we go.
Yeah.
No problem. And so,
Wow.
yeah. So with a beginning player coming into here, you may not want to hit it with finesse. It's actually easier for a beginning player and their learning curve to hit this hard.
I thought for a second it was going to hang, but it just dropped.
Now, and Brian shoots this outward also, and so do I. Brian and I, you'll find a lot of our setups are very similar. Brian's been my road partner since 2014. Brian and I shot together actually in the partners event at Sandcastle Billiards. First time I ever met Brian, and we had just a blast.
Sandcastle over in Jersey at
Yep.
Ladawi's place?
Yep, there was a partners tournament in 2014.
Wow, I've known Ed, 15 years?
Yeah. There's Brian.
And there it goes.
Yeah. Hey, Coach. That is Jim Barnard, and he is in the Philippines right now. He was one of our artistic pool players for many years here in the States, and he actually trained Abram Diaz. Here we go. And this one's a little cleaner than
Abram
what...
too tall.
Yep. So that was the second attempt there. No, first attempt for Brian. Excuse me, first attempt. Yep.
Florian was the second. Florian had two.
All right, just give him the thumbs up to start scoring for us. I'll reach over and smack him upside the head. In a loving way. Let's put it that way.
With love.
With love. With love. It's tough love. So here's Anthony. This is a cool little shot. This is from Luke Chevalier from Poland. And this was his split draw shot that he created and submitted. So the key to this really is a really full-in-the-face hit on the ball C on your screen. And the bottom right is going to take that ball over to go off the sticks and down to make the other one.
This seems like a more complicated shot.
Well, it's not so much complicated. Really, you've got an area over there by the side pocket where you've got about a 2 or 3 diamond area to hit. As long as you catch that stick anywhere within a diamond of that side pocket, that 9 ball and the 3 are pretty much a hanger. It's more visual than difficult, but it still takes a really good draw stroke.
And now, Anthony, I don't know if you ever saw him playing on Facebook or any of his videos.
I have.
But he has a really good draw stroke.
Mm-hmm. And so
very good.
Sometimes in this shot, if you line straight up on the back ball or at the back edge of the back ball, it takes care of your aim point. All right, so he hit that too far to the right. So when I was learning this shot, dialing it in, because what I'm trying to do is when I practice, I try to take out as many variables as possible and make the setups as perfect as they could be, I guess. And there's no such thing as perfection, but we try to get as close as possible. So you'll see here. Okay, it was about a 3/4 ball hit on that. This needs to be almost 90% hit on the 1 ball. Here we go, second try.
Yeah, variables are a big no-no.
That was the line. That's good. Look at this. Beautiful.
There it is.
Yep. He hit it more full in the face, but a little more bottom right. You can see a spin on the cue ball. And nothing but net.
And what was that worth? How many points?
That one is a 8-point shot.
So that would be 7.
Right on the second attempt, exactly. So let's see. Okay.
Look at that.
Pretty close to the same contact point, just slightly more centered. So a beautiful shot there. A little fist bump.
Yeah?
Every time that you make a shot in the artistic pool, it gives you just a little more gas to get the rest of the way. So, and get going faster and faster and a little nitrous in the tank. So here we go. Brian's going to shoot the same shot. I know this is his choice, for many years shooting with Brian. And you see those beautiful McDermott cues that he's got. So McDermott actually did that color combination and that cue special for him. Brian's been with McDermott for quite a while now. All right, so 8 and 9 ball. So here you go. Brian's playing 9 ball here. He's going to cheese a 9 ball. So he's got that same mentality now that you were talking about, Gloria.
What is that?
That you're doing this sequentially like in a game situation. So he's got the 1 down and he's going to play the 9 ball. So here we go.
All right.
Ooh.
Nailed it.
He just got the cue.
That has to be such a great feeling. You go up there. Do you see the camaraderie? This is what I'm talking about. This is just so nice. When you're watching other events, they're sitting there, and I'm not saying it is a competition. At the end of the day, it's a competition.
Yeah.
But people sit there, they don't look, they have their arms folded. It's really just really intense. But this has a nice energy to it, a nice flow to it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like a family reunion every time we go to play a tournament. So,
See, and there's Anthony clapping
yep.
for Brian.
All right, here's a pinball draw shot. We call it carom draw shot. I call it pinball. So coming
I'm
right
not
at
familiar
us.
with this one.
Yeah, just get a pinball back and make that 3-ball. Right along the rail.
Just like that, as Ron Dooley would say.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the thing is with Florian, I mean, he just shot 48 hours of shots. You know, his setups were tapped in when he started that goofy thing. And so, you know, he made sure every one of his setups was, you know, basically concrete. Yep. Hit that very good. Now, just a little bit of information for you guys that the ball that is by the side pocket, any ball that in our program that says near a pocket, it can actually be adjusted up to a ball width out from the pocket and still take that shot. So if you're having trouble getting down to that ball in the corner on the shot he just played, you can bring that ball out from the pocket a little bit and gives you a little bit easier hit from the carom. So all right, here we go. What do we got here, Gloria? We got a one-handed draw shot.
Wow. Look at the scores, 19, 19, 20.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're going to see. So Brian shoots this one-handed jacked up.
This is insane.
All right. Didn't quite follow through. Now shooting like Brian does, it takes a little more of a wrist snap. And the hard thing about it is you are jacked up. You're not just hitting a ball in. You have to follow through enough on a level cue stick to impart the backspin on it.
Right.
That's what makes it so difficult.
Right, right.
So here we go.
He hit that more like a stop shot.
There you go. Exactly.
That was a nice shot. You got to give him that.
Somebody needs to tell him jumps to the 7th category. Jumps later, Brian.
Maybe you guys can just take that and move it on over.
Yeah. Here we go.
Brotherly love.
Yeah, we make new shots by missing old ones.
There you go.
Here we go.
Did he make it,
Yeah,
or did it go off the table that time?
No, it jumped it right in the pocket again. Consistency is not the key if you're doing that. Whee! Poof. Nothing but that. Should at least give him the 3 points for the field goal.
I was just about to say, I'm sorry, but I'm going to score 2 on that. That's exactly what I was going to say. I'm giving him something, especially for being consistent doing it twice.
Yeah, actually, when I shoot this shot, it's actually a little bit different. You're going to see me tomorrow morning, or well, tomorrow afternoon shooting this. I actually jack up the cue and shoot a mass A stroke on it. So I'm elevated up and using my mass A cue. And hitting down on the ball and mass A'ing it back. Just because a mass A cue can impart a lot of spin on it. And so it's a little easier, in my opinion, to shoot like that. But everybody shoots things differently.
And how long have you been playing, Jason?
I started when I was 6 years old. In my dad's basement on the valley table. Now see Florian. He's going to lay this stick pretty much on the rack, lift it up into position, and execute the shot.
Right, because now he's completely lined up. He knows exactly where he's...
Yep. And barely lifted it off because he knew he was in an alignment.
Mm-hmm. And this is where this is where you learn, because somebody may want to do something or practice something and says, wow, that seems a lot easier.
Watch him lift just very little. Very, very minute. So
Minimal,
he
yeah.
was lined up already, and so we can't start on the rack because it is a one-handed jacked up shot. But as soon as you get a gap between the stick and that rack, then you can execute the shot. So, it's just looking at the rules and taking advantage as much as possible. Not cheating. It's just, as long as we're not touching that rack, then we're good. So, all right.
Right. I mean, it's all about perception. People think that you have to be above, but how much above? Because that's going to take away from,
Mm-hmm.
your accuracy. The higher you are,
Yep.
well, not take away from the accuracy, but make it more difficult.
Right. There you go. All right. Here we go. Anthony coming to the table. We're going to see this draw stroke of his. This takes a very
Yes.
accurate hit. And he's about
I've seen this a lot.
tip of left. Look at this.
A lot. Ooh.
Okay. So he pocketed the ball, so we didn't have to worry about the hit there. But what he needed was more left English. And
Yes.
as you start getting out further on the cue ball, then you risk missing the one ball. So here we go.
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hello, hello. I don't know who that was, but hello.
I don't know who it was either. I was
That
looking
was,
at
Oh,
Anthony.
more
was
spin. Look at this. Look at this.
That was Lippman Lights.
Perfect.
Oh, that was Michael?
That was
Oh, that was
Mike Lippman.
Michael.
Oh, that's wonderful. Michael came in and actually put the lights, shipped the lights to us for this event. Statewide Billiards, that's providing the pool tables for this event, is now a Lippman light distributor. And so we have 5 brand new, beautiful Lippman lights, and we have one over the stream table that has an overhead setup in it. Here we go. Side. Look at that side spin.
He knew it right there.
Yeah, he knew it as soon as it left the rail. So, yeah.
Look at Brian and him.
Yeah. Oh,
Anthony's originally from Ohio.
this is great. This is the 3-rail power draw. We'll get an overhead view of this and show you here. All right. So there is our diagram. This is Massey's power draw. So we're actually aiming into the rail on this. There's our overhead view. Yeah, Florian's doing it the wrong way. Just kidding. There it is. Look at this.
Oh,
I don't think we'll have an issue with that.
that's looking pretty good. Look at
didn't
that
need-
dead center on the. Oh, just
Yeah.
Wow.
He didn't even need the rack.
no, not at all.
No. No, that shot's kind of a conundrum because when it was first shot, let me give you a little history on it. Everybody was trying to, 3-ball almost jumped out of the pocket. That was crazy. But originally, people were taking that cue ball closer and closer and closer to the object ball and hitting it almost like a whip shot. So it wasn't a true draw stroke. So now in our shot program, you'll see him using a 1-ball to space his setup out. The closest you can be on this shot to shoot that object ball is a ball width away. And so that eliminates a whip shot. Because if you shoot this with a whip shot, you can actually take this cue ball probably 5 rails around the table.
Wow.
So what qualities does Anthony have that made you bring him into the Ride the 9 tour?
I'm
going to put you on the spot.
So Anthony, no, that's okay. That's okay. Anthony had been trying to get sponsorship, and I'm a firm believer that bringing someone into the tour as long as they work hard and they have a true passion. That's what I like. I like somebody who has a true passion and wants to improve. And Anthony had been looking for a sponsor for a little while. And no one really just read or partially read the letter, and it was a quite a lengthy letter, but when it came to it, I actually took the time, sat down, and read it, and went, let me just take a quick look. I looked at a couple of his videos, his reels. I went through it, and I said the same thing I said with Maxence when I sponsored Maxence.
Yep.
You know, there's talent. He is a dark horse. There's no way that I'm gonna let this pass up. I don't know how long he's gonna go without a sponsor. I thought about it and I told him, I said, Anthony,
Right.
what's gonna happen now is let's see. Oh,
Okay. So now he's gone long twice.
twice.
So now, what's the adjustment? Now the rack's in hand. I will tell you that. So do you hit it the same way and adjust the rack? Or do you just try and hit it better?
Oh, that's a tough one. On attempt number 3, I don't know. I would honestly, me personally, I would probably hit it the same way and adjust because I need to learn how to do it. But at the same time, you're looking for points, right?
I'm moving the rack. And the reason why I'm moving the rack is because of the fact that I can hit it. It came around. It was going, if it hit the rack with that speed that it came around the second try, it would have been scored.
It was
So
gone. Yeah.
don't change things. Change the rack. Change your target. So.
It almost
right.
feels like cheating.
It's not. It's not. That rack's fully adjustable. It's just like when we have a set of 2 balls that are frozen on the rail, and the cue ball's got to come around and hit that combination. So what you do is, you don't change anything. Florian doing our maintenance work, making sure the signs stay on the wall. Just hold them up there, Florian.
He's a kind lad, he is.
He is. You're a kind lad, you are. He's a kind Frenchman, he is.
Trinidad just came in and said hello, hello.
Hello, Trinidad. Trinidad and Tobago?
This is great.
All right. All right. This is, I call it down the alley. This is a long draw shot. Nice thing is you got a pretty big area where this ball can hit and still spin over and make the combination off that stick. So everybody, most of the top players will shoot these 2 balls frozen, because that way 3 is automatic, and you just have to catch that side rail very, very lightly with bottom right, and it'll snap off that side rail down to the end and right into the stick to make that combination. So, and one of Brian's strengths is a very, very meticulous setup and draw stroke.
This is looking good already. Right here. This is the stroke right here. It's looking good already.
Yeah, not a problem.
He was holding that cue, and every single time he stroked it, it didn't move. Not even a sliver to the left or the right. It was just spot on. It was just a matter of the delivery. And that was it.
We're cheering you on,
We're cheering
Brian.
for you, Brian. I love you. Who is that?
Sorry, that had the wrong name on it. That was from Emma Pauley, but it had somebody else's name.
Oh,
so.
it was Emma Pauley. That's Brian's wife. So she's
Right. Is it
she's
because
at
I
home.
saw Love You, and I'm like, what are we exposing here during
Well, I don't know.
the lives on Railbirds?
Barry loves Brian too. That's crazy. So here's the delivery. Look at the last bit of that stroke. Just kind of a exclamation point into the felt a little bit there.
Yeah. That was beautiful. That was beautifully done.
The terminology I like to use with a draw stroke or a jump stroke is deliberate. Be very deliberate in how you follow through, how you finish. A lot of times, when we play pool, we take things for granted. And that's a no-no, because each shot means as much as the next one, because you can't keep playing without finishing every shot in that run. Here we go. Force follow down the rail. Okay. So this can come up in a game of 9-ball. There's a couple different ways to shoot this. For many times, I used to power into this ball. So I would have the cue ball a little bit further off the rail, hit the one full in the face, and just smoke it down the rail. And just follow down the rail. Now the other way you can shoot this is a more controlled way with top right and walk it up the rail.
I would probably use top right.
Okay, kind of skipped on him. But the 1 ball had plenty of room to bank away from the 9. So what you do is you bring your cue ball a little bit closer to the rail, or back it up, because he's using a ball for a spacer to set it. He could back it up, and that would decrease the angle. What he's doing, he's actually cutting it too much. He's hit fuller into the 1 ball.
Okay. Anybody who has not tried this, just listening to it makes me nervous. Oh.
Yeah, so what happened is he wasn't hitting full enough into the 1 ball. So the cue ball is caught the side. Emma Pauley. That's my sister. Because Brian's my brother. So.
Yeah, Brian has spoke very highly of you when I've spoken with him.
Well, we try to support each other as much as
Just a
possible.
little something.
You know, and
Like I said, the camaraderie here is great. I just saw Steve Markle over there. He
Yep.
signed on with
Little
White
Stevie
Carbon.
Markle. Little Stevie Markle. When Steve got first into the movement, he was about 15 or 16 years old. And his dad asked me if I could help him get a sponsorship. So I told him, I said, well, write down, you know who you are, and what you think a sponsor should know. Now look at Brian's setup. Now remember, Anthony used a ball width, right? So Brian used a chalk width. See the difference? So now Brian can shoot this straighter down the rail. And I'll bet you this is going to walk the rail without any issues at all. Oh, no.
No, I've seen Anthony make that shot 100 times with ease. I don't know what happened there.
And then nerves. I mean, this is his first event, So, but anyway, getting back to Steve, I took him down. He shows up, 15, 16 years old. I thought Justin Bieber. He stole Justin Bieber's haircut.
Oh my God!
Okay, here we go. I'll tell you in a second. It was funny. Look at this. Look at this. See the right English?
There it is.
That's perfect.
There it is. Yes.
So anyway, this kid, he's got hair down to his eyebrows, which is hilarious, and real great guy. His dad that was there with him, and him and his dad said, we'd really like some help getting sponsors. So he shows up with this loose leaf paper ripped out of a 3-ring binder. There he goes. See Brian? Yep. Right English. Walk at the rail. We showed up with this page out of a loose leaf binder.
Which attempt is
That was second attempt. Let's see Florian's still
Brian
chalk
is
with.
fierce. And really quickly, whenever somebody gets their first sponsor and it has a name like I Want Simonis in it, or a name that is pretty much a household name, they don't care what follows it. They just focus on the I Want Simonis. So I told them, I said, what's going to happen is after this, you're going to have sponsor after sponsor after sponsor. It's kind of like the girl who gets her braces off. Nobody wants to date. Nobody wants to date her. Nobody wants to take her to the prom. And then
funny.
all of a sudden, she gets her braces off. Someone asks her to the prom, and everybody else wants to.
There you go. That's funny. I like that. No, but he took this, back to Steve, he had this loose leaf paper. I take him down to Predator, and I introduced him to the head of marketing there, which was Tara at the time. And so I introduced him, and I left him. So he was talking with basically their poison line. So I go back upstairs. I sit down next to his dad. He said, "Where's Steve?" I said, "Well, he's up talking to Predator." He says, "Alone?" I says, "Yeah." I says, "If he wants us, he's got to do it himself." So here he comes down the stairs, and this was at the Billiards Expo. He's basically skipping along, and he's got a case with everything you'd ever need to shoot artistic pool. It was hilarious. So here we go. Here's Brian. This little pinball follow shot. A little off there. So either he hit that too thin and missed his aim point, or he needs to, with his cue ball out, and use the same aim point, because it'll carry him off more thick into the 7 and carry him down. So he's using a chalk cue. I actually moved this cue ball out from the diamond line to a cue or full ball width. Different setup. And I load this up with right.
I'm kind of liking this better.
I like it too.
Ooh.
He's catching
He's
the
not
side.
even sure, but
He's catching the side ball too thin.
did you see? Watch his stroke. Watch his stroke on that. It looked like his arm moved just a little bit on that. I mean, that's all it takes. People do not realize how difficult these shots are.
And see, with me, I actually use a lot of these shots to do instruction. Because some of these shots, unless you're dead straight on the follow stroke, the ball won't go in. So if they've got immediate response and feedback. So here we go. So let's see if he can connect on the third attempt.
Come on, Brian.
The pre-shot routine was a lot better
it.
there. The pre-shot routine was a lot better there. A lot more control. I think he was kind of I think he was kind of loose coming up in the first tries. All right. If you're just joining us, letting you know we are here at the 2023 World Artistic Pool, WPA World Artistic Pool Championships from Bay City, Michigan. My hometown. This is Jason, the Michigan Kid Lynch. And joining us, Gloria Jean from Iwan Simonis Ride the 9 Tour.
Yes. Jason and I connected some time back. I think that you were one of the first people I actually really engaged with.
Florian,
Wow.
nothing but net. And it's kind of funny because Florian just did this 48-hour record attempt, and I joked with him. I says, "You're kind of cutting your own throat here, Florian, because now you just put an online tutorial for the entire field of players that's going to play against you. So if they have problems with the shot, they'll just go to the map, basically. So." He says, "Yeah."
And I watched a little bit of that. It was interesting.
I just told him, I just thought he was too cheap to pay table time. He found some place that let him shoot for 2 days straight, and he didn't have to pay for any table time. I think that's what it was. So, just kidding. No, I was honored to actually be one of the first people Florian called when he was going to do it. He says, "I really need you on the microphone." And I said, "Well, I don't know." I says, "I could talk for 48 hours straight. You might lose some viewers if I keep talking." But yeah, we had a wonderful time. Brian, Pauley, myself, Mike Massey, we're all out cheering him on. And CJ Wiley was actually there also in the room during during a lot of the record attempts. CJ was there. They had a big chip tournament at the league room. I can't say enough about Chris Wilson in the league room. Chris is just incredible. Anything he can do to basically make things better for his patrons, and he just does it. No questions asked. We had a tournament there where we had 3 tables that had the correct size pockets. They were all common to each other, and the 4th one had a little tighter pocket, and we needed all 4 for our tournament. Chris says, "No problem." I actually switched the top out on that diamond table before our tournament started within about an hour's time, to allow us to basically have 4 tables that were comparable. And so, just that,
Wow.
and the fact that he thought that was that important, which it was, just really speaks volumes. And our large vinyl
Absolutely.
banners for this event, Chris actually printed them and had them sent to us. So he took care of that for us. It was huge for media for me for this event. All right, so here we go, force follow. That was a great shot there.
Yep. Yep. Anthony has that in one of his videos.
I think that shot's been longer than I've been on the planet, and that's a long time. When I started playing pool, the
we don't
rock
want to
was
have
a
a
rock.
competition here.
Well, when I started playing pool, the rock was a rock.
Rock was a rock.
So that's a machine gun follow shot.
I'm not even gonna go. I was probably the first person after the dinosaurs. Don't start.
Right.
Look at that. Beautifully done.
Yeah. I've had people ask me if Abe Lincoln was a one-pocket player. That's how old I've been. So here we go. More of a straight pull guy.
I have people messaging me, by the way. I just went back to Ron Richardson. He's another sponsored player. 8 and can run a 3-pack.
Okay.
That says it all. Hi, Ron. Hi back at you.
All
Thanks
right,
for tuning in.
2 rails with follow. Is it going to go long enough? Ooh. It had a chance because the spin was dying. If the spin was staying on, it basically would have shortened it a lot worse. But look at how close this ball is. Oh, man.
Closer than that.
We joke with Florian. He said he can miss these shots every which way because he's already done it for 48 hours. So he let up on the speed, put a little more spin on it. Is the adjustment that he made.
Oh, there you go.
It's a beautiful shot. Florian first started into artistic pool. He really wasn't a pool player. And I don't think he thinks of himself still as a pool player. But he didn't really have, the technique in the stroke basically to slow up the stroke, put more spin on it, make the small, minute adjustments that are easier for a pool player than for a trick shot guy. And Florian was basically taught himself. He started out the opposite of what everybody else does. He started out basically doing massages and different things, and came back to pool afterwards.
I know that because I saw videos of him and Maxence when they were like 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
There
All
were
right, so he's
pictures
gonna.
there were tons of. I
Yeah.
want to say they were about that age.
Right.
So
One ball
here we
cut
go.
down the rail, inside spin. Okay. So he missed the cut
Looking
shot.
good.
Well, he missed the cut shot on the one. The one has to go also. Yeah. So set up on this. 2 balls off the rail is your object ball, and 1 ball off the rail is your cue ball.
I had my eyes on that 9.
You normally do, don't you? Ride the 9 tour.
Yes,
Sorry.
absolutely.
Sorry, bad pun.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
It's punishing. Anyway,
Mm.
3 rails.
There it is.
That's perfect.
Yes, and
Golf clap.
I'm even clapping. Hold on.
Golf clap. I can't do it loud. 'Cause I'm
Golf
sitting here in
clap.
front of these guys. Yeah. I'd love to hoot and holler and, yeah, don't applaud, just throw money. Yeah. All right.
You're a character. I never knew you were like this.
Oh, man, this is me. This is how I've always been.
I know the professional side of Jay.
Well, I used to do radio for many years. I was on an oldie station on the air in the mornings. And so I was the guy that woke you up out of bed and messed with your mind. That was my goal. First day I ever got on the air, I told them, I said, they're going to let me push buttons. I said, these guys are out of their mind. But I said, well, if they're glutton for punishment, I'll stay. So that's what I've been doing for quite a while. I ran a mobile DJ company for a while. And actually, the equipment we're using here is out of my old mobile DJ company as far as the sound system. So here we go, cut shot with top right. And hopefully he can connect on this two-railer.
Just making that is difficult enough.
You should use the one ball, it's smaller. A lot of times if I'm shooting a shot, I'll use a one ball to give me a vertical line of aim.
Well, you know my thought. I use the one ball because it's the first ball in the sequence.
I know. I'm kind of giggling. I'm
that
giggling.
That should go.
I'm giggling a little bit because
Wow.
as Florian was sitting there, two signs fell off the wall behind him. One was Hotel by Radisson. You might see it as Brian's. There it goes. Look at behind him.
Steve Marco's like, what? Tim
What?
Gallagher
What's
right
going
there.
on? What's going on? Florian's doing maintenance on the back wall, putting the signs back up, and they're crooked. Oh, I love live TV. Look at this. Look at this shot. Oh, that's not a problem. Come on, ball. Yeah, he caught it that time.
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you a funny
How
story.
many times do they actually make both balls? Or all three?
Yeah, you're not going to make all three. I mean that because you're not going to generate enough speed off two rails to follow that in. I'll tell you a funny story about live. I just did a live television spot to promote this tournament. It was about 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. And I'm in the studio, and I set up to just show an off shot on the small bar box, and usually it's a dead make, and I missed the thing. I missed the stupid thing the first attempt. And then at the end of the interview, they wanted, they got the idea because they saw one of my videos that I was juggling, like just 3 pool balls. So they wanted me to juggle on the air. Well, I dropped a ball live on the air for ABC 12 in the morning. It was hilarious. Yeah. So, whoops.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, about a couple weeks ago. So this is out of my way. So you remember the force follow shot down the rail that Anthony had issues with. Okay, this is exactly the same setup on the 1 and the 2. As long as he delivers a good hit on that 1 with dead top English, do not cut this ball. You go straight into the 1. He'll make the 9. So what happened was he cut that ball. And Florian, actually, I kind of got on his case during his 48-hour record attempt. A lot of times he was cutting the first ball down the rail because he was tired. And I kept yelling at him, like, don't cut the ball. Don't cut the ball. Finally, he looked at me after one of the attempts. He looked at me and he says, I know, don't cut the ball. You can play this with top left also from where he's positioned. It'll help walk it up the rail. Straight into the 1 ball. Straight into the 1 ball. Don't cut it. That's better. Still cut it down the rail a little bit. Like you're saying, your mind. You can train your mind to do those combinations. See what happened? He cut it down the rail too much, so it got into the rail too quickly. Now, like I said, I do a lot of instruction. I actually helped Michael Hewitt to get in this tournament. I did the instruction and the qualifying round for him. We went through one qualifier, and he didn't make it the first time. The second time, we were at Derby, and actually, we finished up the qualifier, so he was able to get in. All right, so this is the 3rd attempt. Do or die here. He needs to come into that 1 ball full. So here we go. The alignment looks good. Top left. Has to come in full.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
That's
there's
as
the
good.
cue.
That's as good as you can hit it. Now I have seen in that shot before where all 3 balls go in because you almost made the other two. So. Well, if the signs
Now,
keep, if the
in
signs
this, you
keep
have
falling, go ahead.
no, that's okay. Go ahead.
Well, if the sign keeps falling down, by the end of the tournament, we won't have to clean up anything because it'll already be off the wall. That might be a good thing.
I wonder what's causing that, though.
No,
I
it's just
don't know what's
they're
causing it.
taped to the wall. You know, we don't want to mar the walls here at the Boys and Girls Club, so our sponsorship signs are taped to the wall. So, speaking of which, you know, we definitely want to acknowledge the sponsors, the Boys and Girls Club, Statewide Billiards for these tight pocket diamond tables, Graf Chevrolet came through with a $2,000 sponsorship for this event. In the Box Sportswear gave me T-shirts for their cost. Railbirds, obviously, you know, they're always with us for Artistic Pool. We couldn't do this without them. So here we go.
Yes, absolutely.
Here we go. Same shot. Yeah, the cue ball wanted to get back to the rail for the contact point. It just didn't quite get there. Yeah,
That was delivery. I think I saw a little bit of a wrist movement there at the very end.
Yep.
Because you only missed because of aim or delivery, right?
Yes, exactly. You're a smart cookie there, Gloria. You know these things. I'm
I'm a PBIA ACS instructor.
I know you. I know you are. I'm kidding you. No, I do enjoy your videos and the instructions.
Thank you.
That I see. I'm giving you a little bit of a rub, just messing with you a little bit. So, but also, you know.
Of course you did. Oh, $5 donation. Thank you, Dee
Thank
Dee.
you so much. That's wonderful. Is that D. Atkins? Diddy, okay.
I didn't see. All I did was see Dee Dee, and I saw $5, and I needed to say
Wonderful.
thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
And if everybody could please give a there we go.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody could please give a share and get this out there, know that this is going to be running until, what, the 10th, I believe?
We are until the 10th.
Correct?
We are in the preliminary
Right.
rounds until Friday morning. Friday night, we go into the first round of the playoffs. We have 21 players. We're taking 16 to the playoffs. And when we hit the playoffs, it is head-to-head game of horse. Now, here's your delivery you're talking about.
You see how his hand goes, moves? That happened the last time, but it was more of a twist, I believe.
Yeah, Brian and I, you know, like I said, you know, we've been road partners forever. And Brian has a tendency to do that when he's trying to impart English on a ball. You know, I slapped his wrist the one time he did it, and it was kind of funny. So watch Florian. That back wrist is not going to move. So you look at the delivery on that. Still missed it.
You can impart English on a ball with just doing that and not having to hit it in a different spot.
That's true. You can.
Look at that.
Yeah, he cut it a little too much. Needs to get full in the face of the one ball. I can't yell at him. So we've got 2 cue balls in our venue for each table. So provided by Aramith, we'd like to really thank them. They always come through for us. 5 new brand new sets of balls that just got unwrapped coming through the door.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh boy.
I definitely wanted Simonis and Aramith for this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been one of our sponsors for quite a while now. They provide brand new beds of cloth for us once we're done destroying what's here.
Yes. I'm aware. I've been with them for 10 years now.
Yeah.
Over a decade. Oh my gosh, I feel a little older at the moment. We'll get back to pool now.
You're seasoned.
Yes. I don't even know if that feels right. Oh, wow.
Florian had trouble with that during this 48-hour record attempt. And I don't know what it is. He's trying. He has a tendency to cut the ball down the rail instead of being full into the one ball. So here we go. Brian Pauley come to the table. Selecting the next shot here. Ah, the follow bender. Here's the 10-pointer we love. Brian hits this
Oh, wow.
really good.
Yes.
If anybody's going to make this shot, it's Brian. You know, he's got that locked in. So I'm
Okay, I'll put a fin on it that Anthony makes it too.
a fin. What's a fin? I
They're
know-
both my friend, and they're both
Yeah.
with me. So,
Now
but
what?
a fin is a $5 bill.
Okay. Yes, exactly. For those viewers out
It's
there.
New York. It's New York lingo, I guess.
Hey,
Some
yo.
colloquialism. If
All
you
right.
would.
I'll put a fin
New
on it.
York.
Yeah. Put a fin on it.
I put a fin that Anthony does.
Well, here we're
Oh my gosh! Yeah, there's
Relax muscles.
How to mute that out.
Alexa says hi.
Alexa. Yes, I have it. This is going to be so embarrassing, but I'm going to say it anyway because hey, what the heck?
Yeah. Why not?
Every hour I'm supposed to be stretching and doing something to keep my body so that it's nice and relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
So I have scheduled Alexa to tell me to relax and breathe for every hour. I have it scheduled every hour.
Okay. I'll
and
be
of course, she
I'll
came
be-
back on.
I'll be Alexa this hour. Gloria, breathe and relax. There you go.
I feel like I'm in a Moss class. Oh,
Ooh, nice try, Brian. One more attempt.
very nice. Come on, Brian.
Think of
I'm
a
rooting for all
field.
of them.
Think of a field with flowers.
By the way, I watched Master today.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Super sticker. Hippo character going really fast on his chair. $9.99 donation. Thank you. Oh, that's Anthony's
That's
mom,
cool.
I believe.
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Here we go. Brian gonna connect. Look at this.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. That's almost like a dipsy doodle, right? Is that
It
what
is.
it's called?
Dipsy Doodle turned sideways. The Dipsy Doodle is down the other end.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's
because
pretty much,
I did the dipsy doodle.
there you go. You've got it.
Yeah, I did it and I put a ball in front of it just like that
Mm-hmm.
in the top bottom right hand corner, and then I put a ball in the middle and then one in the bottom left hand corner and went right around it.
Yep, and this is kind of the big brother of it. We call it the follow bender. So
Yeah.
All right.
This isn't happening with me, but I was proud of the other shot. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, a fin.
A fin. Well, this is Florian.
A fin.
I'm not betting on Florian.
I know, but I'm just saying. Oh, it just skinned that through.
Yeah, I just skinned it. I have a tendency to jump the cue ball a little bit if I'm this close. So I will move this. I move this back a diamond, and it allows me to hit a little harder, and it smooths out before it impacts. I'm kind of a big guy and kind of hit things hard, so here we go. Oh!
Oh,
my
no.
gosh.
That hurt.
See, we have some discussions about shots in the program. And this particular shot, in our opinion, because it's almost like a Hail Mary sometimes, and that ball should be a make. So we're talking about adding a combination to this shot. It's still a 10-point shot, even with a combination.
I'm going to have to try this now. That's one. And two, can you put the one ball out a little bit more? Or does it have to be right there?
You can. You've got a pocket adjustment. So he's got it. He's got about half a ball out from the slate. So he's just a little bit out from what would be considered center pocket between the points. Oh my gosh. Holy cow.
Wow. How'd he hit it?
Oh my gosh. I wonder how many balls he could have
He
went
wasn't
around.
going home empty-handed
I want-
on that. Yeah.
Do we have a replay on this? I want to see how wide out that ball was. That's crazy. So there's that in slow-mo. He could have went out around 4 balls. Show off.
I like the swag as he walks away.
Yeah, I got this. They
Fist
like
pump.
me now.
All right.
You think that's a French swag he's got with that walk, or is that Americanized?
I would say so.
You think it's
I
American?
would, no, I would say, well, you know what? Maybe a little bit New York in there.
Well, you know,
Maybe.
he's Las Vegas. You know, they don't strut. They run to make sure they don't get mugged. I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. Well, look at this, Anthony.
Told you. First shot. 10 points. Finn,
Those-
right here. Coming my way.
All right, I'll send
Am I
it.
going to get that signed, by the way?
What's that?
Am I going to get that signed?
You want me to sign the fin? I will if you don't. If you don't. If
I
you,
want to sign. I want.
yeah, you can't share it with anybody because I
just
don't
want
bet.
I want your autograph.
All right, I'll get you your autograph. You got one of mine.
I don't even care if it's on a piece of paper.
I know. I'm just kidding. No, Gloria had remarked that I had I had the billiard clocks, and she remarked it was kind of cool. So I sent Gloria a billiard clock, and
I love it.
oh, it was
I
it was.
love it.
I really loved doing it too because she wanted a 1 ball, and I sent a message and signed the back of it. I said, "You're number 1 in our book," because she's been such a proponent, pushing sponsors and helping the artistic pool movement. And we're actually going to set up an interview after we're done here with the tournament
Yes.
with I think Jimmy Glanville and I think myself and
We're going to do a round table type interview where anybody who wants to join, whether
There you
they came in first or last, can come in. I want everyone to feel welcome, and then I would love to interview anybody like the top 3.
right.
Some people would decline it, fine. But if there's interviews that people want, I want to get them up there, and I really want this. I want artistic pool to grow the end. It's just that simple.
You've always been a champion, little guy, as well as the top people in our sport. We are a family, and with those 3 shots, that ended the follow category. This time with you, Gloria, has been too short. We always have a great time talking, and this was just a wonderful little thing, and we were able to see a couple of your sponsored players. We see their heart, and their playing ability, and I think they're great picks and great ambassadors for the Iwan Simonis Ride the 9 tour. So, and also
Yes,
Florian,
yes,
we can't.
I'm
Go ahead.
truly proud to. I'm just saying, I'm truly proud to have them. I'm honored, I should say, to have them, and I'm honored to have been able to sit here with you, even though you did most of the you're teaching me. I don't consider anything else but teaching, and I'm happy to.
Ooh.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Nice to have had this time together as well, and hopefully, as I get more into understanding each and every shot, I hope to be able to come back. But thank you for letting me do this. This was a time slot that was available, and it was perfect. Florian,
All right.
Brian.
We're going to send it out to Kevin to get us out of here. So, Gloria, God bless, and we'll see you later.
All right, thank
All
you
right.
guys for sitting in. That
All
was
right.
Gloria,
Thank you so
Jean,
much.
and Jason, Michigan Kid Lynch. Thank you guys for sitting in today. That concludes today's coverage. We will be back tomorrow at noon Eastern United States time. That'll be the second round of draw and follow shots. That's at noon Eastern time. So be sure to mark your calendars, and we'll see you guys back then. I'm Kevin Ross with Railbirds, and we'll see you guys next time. See ya.